Okay, this is a quick 5-minute video helping you understand how to use Socrative in the classroom, maybe for something like AWL first thing in the morning. I have already created an account. You need to go to Socrative.com. You might have looked at Socrative before and be thinking that it looks a little bit different. That's because Socrative has recently updated to Socrative 2.0. So the old logo looked quite different from this, and the look of the whole website used to be a little bit different. But everything is essentially the same. If you are a new teacher, you register here. I've already registered, so I should be able to sign in with this information. And this is the dashboard. So this is where you first land when you arrive at your room. Your room is the place where all of your stuff is kept. When you invite a student to join a class activity, you need to give them your room number. And this is the room number that you would give to students. So we'll look at that and how that works in a little bit. First of all, let's look at making a new quiz. So if I go to Manage Quiz, I get some options. I can import a quiz, I can look at the quizzes I've already corrected, I can look at the reports, which we'll do later. But right now, let's practice creating a quiz. So I'm going to create an AWL 1.2, and this is going to come from the booklet. So I'm going to call it that. I'm going to make it shared, and this is the number. We'll talk about that in a bit later. And I'm going to create my first question, which is going to be a short answer. Now, most of your questions for the AWL would probably be using short answer. So this is the place where I would put in my my question. I'll just go to the AWL 1.2 booklet, and you can see here I've got it open already. If I just highlight that and click copy, and then I go back to Socrative, then I should be able to paste the question into the place there, and then I can add the answer. So I'm going to add 2 correct answers. Let's see, explanation, no, where's the answer? And here we go. Okay, so there are many issues which affect, so what should that be? There are many factors. Oh, okay. So I will put factors. Now, my recommendation is that instead of just giving the single possible answer, I would do it with a capital letter as well. The reason is because when students are using a iPhone or a smartphone, very often the first letter that they type is automatically made capital letter, and so they could type in the right word but just not notice that it's capital letter. So if you add factors and factors, there are many factors and factors, one with a capital letter, one without. This would do much better. So that's my first question, and then next I would add another question. So if you keep doing this, then you press save and exit rather, it will be added to your quiz list. So if I look at my quizzes, I should have at the top, AWL 1.2 booklet has been created, but I just need to finish it off. Now here's one I made earlier, as they say, so let's have a look at this one. So this one, as you can see, has a lot more of the questions. They all come from AWL booklet 1.4 in this case, and there's the share number. So now what do I do? Okay, so save and exit. Now let's say it's the beginning of class. I want to use this quiz with my students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a space race. I'm going to select the quiz I just showed you, AWL 1.4 booklet. I'm going to say that 8 students in my class, so I'm going to make 4 groups. I'm going to force them to work in teams of 2, or I could create 8 teams and force them to work individually. So let's just say it's 8. Auto-assign colors, I think so. Disable feedback, no, I want them to see the feedback. And start activity. And this is what I'm projecting onto the whiteboard. So the whiteboard is showing these rockets, and as they get questions right, the rockets will take off and start to move forward. In part 2, I will give you a little bit more about how this is done.